The snake. He's like, oh man, I lost somebody close to me before, It's like, was he a snake?
Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We have got your butter on top Anaconda starring Bandy, Paul Rudd, and Jack Black, and of course our drunk classic brought to you by Jordan Out Cold. Let's go. All right, welcome back to that Stray Dog in the Alley's girlfriend's favorite movie podcast. This is Popcorn and Beers. Normally it is Popcorn and Beers, but it's the last day to bring holiday cheers. So, whereas some use tomatoes and others use thumbs, we use the stuff that gets you drunk. This is a little bit of Johnny Walker and Cocoa. It had some whipped cream on top, but our pre-production meeting went a little long. A little long.
Johnny Walker, huh?
That could be why I'm sweating a little bit. Could be.
He's wearing big boy pants.
You're gonna be Dad's holiday. This is Dad's holiday. All right. Well, I think that we had a Dad's holiday movie because in my movie theater for Anaconda, it was packed with people. We had a reboot that makes fun of reboots for our butter on top. And I'm just going to say this. I don't think this movie had any business being as funny as it actually was for me. I just
sounds like
don't...
every Jack Black movie.
yeah. Maybe. I was like, this movie has no business making me laugh this hard at some stupid ass stuff. Why am I laughing so hard at this snake charmer and his anaconda? Why is that? Yeah. Why is this guy sending me? Anyway, Jordan, let's start with you. What did you think of the movie?
Yeah, it's not a reboot, right? It's a spiritual sequel or whatever the joke was. Yes. It was hilarious, man. The lines, it's like it's one of those movies where I feel like I need to watch it again at home. and like I'd probably pick up even like a few more little lines and facial expressions and things that are just like it's gonna get funnier, I think, the second time I watch it. The cast
really reserved Jack Black too. It wasn't him being all wacky.
I feel like we often say Jack Black at his Jack Blackiest, and it wasn't that this time.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it was Paul Rudd at his weird affect Paul Ruddiest. Like, that was odd. He was like had played his character really, really odd
with the toothpick.
Yeah, I loved Jack Black and Steve Zahn back together from one of my favorite comedy movies. It's a potential classic one of these days. Is or if it I don't know if I've picked it already.
Saving Silverman was already a drunk classic.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
This year.
Yes. Okay. There you go. Right. I love those two nacho together. Yeah. It's just hilarious. And I love this resurgence. I don't know if is it a resurgence of Steve Zahn? Like,
I hope
he's
so.
kind of been.
I love Zahn.
Like, did he ever really go anywhere? That was the thing. Like, yeah, he wasn't really in.
He's been not really around. I mean, he had
Wimpy
Kid.
White Lotus season 1, man. Like,
oh, was he?
I think he might have even been nominated for White Lotus season 1.
Well, I think that's what really's been getting him in like a lot of stuff now. Like, you see him a lot.
Good.
So yeah, I've always really, really liked Steve Zahn.
Big fan.
And then as for I mentioned the snake guy, he really stole it, man. Like in these.
Yeah.
This movie of like comedy big hitters, like the snake guy. What was his name?
He was making me laugh so consistently every time he was on screen. Like from the moment they pull up and he's like deadpanning, like screwing with Paul Rudd. Like I was like, oh my god, this guy's so stupid. It's gonna make... And Paul Rudd, does this guy have a problem with me? Does anyone get that vibe? This guy has a problem with me?
Or
his name is Selton Mello. He's a Brazilian actor, right? Okay. Has not been in anything of note that you would, know about. But anyway, he was hilarious. And I thought, like, because they make the reference to John Voight and his terrible accent and stuff in the original Anaconda, and I thought, like, oh yeah, this like they're trying to make this guy essentially John Voight,
right?
Yeah.
And it's just the way his character, the whole thing plays out. Like he's really just like this lovable guy. Really, in the end, he's just hella weird. Oh, it's great. The snake, his snake when he the way that happens, the whole situation with the snake, just hilarious stuff. the piss on it scene.
Yeah.
He's like, he pulls the tarantula off him. He's
Yeah.
like, he throws it. He just hacky sacks it into the woods, into the jungle. It's
Is that
like,
true? Yeah, about pretty much everything.
yeah.
Pretty much. What's that name?
And the credits were great as well. Like, I love like a comedy movie where they give you something a little extra at the credits. Like, please bring that back, because it's it adds to the experience. Like, you need that for comedy films. Like, we missed that for sure.
We'll send off.
Yeah. And congrats to them for not using Nicki Minaj's Anaconda version. They made
Thank
a really
you.
good. They made a really good new mix of what's his face's original.
Sir
Maybe
Mix a
got
Lot.
back Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Mix-a-Lot?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So I give Anaconda. This was a fun movie, not a good movie. Honestly, it was bad, but it was funny and it was a good time, and I laughed a lot. The theater was cracking up throughout this. I would watch this again for sure. So like, I'm gonna creep it into a popcorn. I'm gonna leave it out of popcorn, but it's good.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is the funniest scene with a snake in it ever. So prepare yourselves. Literally, there will never be a funnier scene, and there has never been a funnier scene with a snake in it than the scene in this movie. Go ahead, Josh. Go through your Rolodex and be wrong.
Somebody's gonna die today.
What
You
is
remember that?
No.
Euro trip? No? Okay.
Still not as funny. Not as funny or as memorable. The most memorable thing from Euro Trip is Scotty Doesn't Know and the Green Fairy. But this movie, like, every line was like, just the actors knew exactly what they were doing, and they were doing it perfectly. Like, Thandie Newton is a really great actress, like, really great, and she was yucking it up, like, in every scene. Like, when she's playing a certain character, Paul Rudd, like, knew exactly what he was doing in this movie, like, 100% spot on. Jack Black, spot on. Like, they knew they were just, they were having a good time making fun of the film industry. And Jack Black and Paul Rudd had an interview talking about it. They're like, no, like, we knew what this was. This was us making fun of the lack of creativity in the film industry. And we wanted to do it in a creative way. And I think they did. Like, they succeeded at that. The double headbutt, right? Like, the double headbutt was hilarious. Like, look, normally I would agree with you, but the double headbutt,
Revolutionary.
like, it was really good. The Quatch, we were really into Scorsese back then, I guess. That's just a funny throwaway.
Cursing constantly.
It was just a funny throwaway line. Like, we were really into Scorsese back then, like, for no reason except for they're just cursing constantly. We had to bleep it. They wouldn't ever give us our damn R rating. Like, and I'm sure that that's a reference, because I don't know that the original Anaconda is an R. I think the original Anaconda might be a PG-13. So, So I think they're referencing some of these things. Snakes love squirrel meat. That sent me to, like, there's so many throwaway lines that just got me to laugh so ridiculously hard for no reason. So, like I said, this movie had no business being as funny as it actually was. As I was sitting there, it was entertaining. It was right up there with Cocaine Bear. When I went to Cocaine Bear, I was like, I was going to be terrible.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice comp, to quote my friend Fry.
So we're going to give this a popcorn one from me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're into jungle thrillers with a little bit of comedy mixed in and some crazy cameos, then go see Anaconda. Josh, what did you think?
I liked that. Yeah, it's exactly as you said. Like, no business. It had no business being as entertaining as it was. Yeah. But this was 21 Jump Street, the remake, the spiritual successor or whatever. And pretty cool drink link there. One of the actors was in both those movies. Anyway, but in the way it was 21 Jump Street, like, we know we're spoofing this IP. But we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to go overboard with it. And that's exactly what this did.
Get sued, Josh? Over IP?
Yeah. IP? But it also made its own lane, too. In this, it wasn't like a direct copy of the way 21 Jump Street was, but, you know, same idea. Um, I really enjoyed it, dude. There was plenty of times when I burst into laughter, and it was unexpected. I like how understated Jack Black was, Paul Rudd. His timing was exceptionally perfect. I really laughed at when they're figuring out budget, like $2 million. Okay, we don't have that much money. Let's go $40 million. And the way he said, that sounds more right. And I don't know how that was so funny to me for some reason. But there's plenty of little parts. And Tandy Newton, what's up with the most wiggiest wig of all time? But whatever, it's fine. It's a comedy movie. But it was like, oh, this is clearly a wig. It reminded me of what was that? Was it a teen movie where the black guy put on a different hat every time? Like he had dreadlocks one scene and cornrows the next scene. But Steve Zahn was the MVP. You agree?
Yeah, like Steve Zahn was great. Like
he was the MVP.
The muscle relaxer. I'm Buffalo sober.
Yeah. The best acting by far. Like he was really good at his part, and it was impressive. And I mean I laughed a lot. I laughed a lot at this movie, and it had no business. Popcorn won.
All
right. So this week we got to Jordan's drunk classic Out Cold. It was on my list of drunk classics too. Yes, because it frustrates Josh so much to watch films like this that remind him of when he was a teenage boy and didn't get to do the playthings that he wished he had because he was too busy asking for permission from the powers that be. So Josh, I'm sorry you didn't experience this as a teenage boy like we did, but what did you think about it as an adult boy?
You know, I'm going to interject here and say that I take it back. I was upset about this movie because of its terrible ratings, and it's definitely one of those movies I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm not watching that garbage. But so I never watched it.
Yeah.
And I watched it this time. And, yeah. So watching it this time, I'm like, you know what? If I watched it when it came out, I would have loved it. I would have loved it. And there's plenty about this movie that's likable. I mean, it's stupid. Come on, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very enjoyable. It follows the rubric. It kind of tried to revive stuff that happened in the '80s a lot, like a Porky's and such.
Yeah.
But it did it. I don't know if this is the right word. Slightly more tasteful. I don't know if that's the right word because it wasn't a tasteful movie. But it had like legitimately good jokes in it here and there. And then it had, of course, like the dude, like dummy teenager comedy throughout, which is fine. You know, if you know what you're getting into, that's obviously what you're going to get when you watch this movie. But you know what? There was plenty about this movie that made me nostalgic, even though I haven't seen this movie. Because I went to high school in Colorado, and I never got to freaking go snowboarding. And because I never had health insurance or money. So this movie made me like, man, I should have gone snowboarding. Because this is exactly what I thought snowboarding was. Just having the most party time and getting all the girls and drinking the beers and have a good time party in the mountains. And so this like created memories for me that didn't exist. So it was fun. Zach Galifianakis, so young. Yeah, not a bad movie. A little shout out to the kid from Bad Santa. Did you guys catch him at the end?
Yeah, Thurman Merman.
Thurman Merman. This is my bad thing. Are you f***ing with me? Anyway. Plenty of little stupid little parts. David Koechner, good to see him playing a classic him role.
Still looking like him, like always, just old,
slightly
just
thinner
guy.
Yeah. It was a good little teen fun time movie, and I could see this being someone's DVD and watching it constantly, much like an Anaconda. I forgot to get to that. This Anaconda was very much a DVD movie, like it's like out of its time. Anyway, yeah. Out Cold. You know, I didn't have a hard time watching it. It was fun. It was stupid. A lot of young actors that are like, oh, shit, him. Oh, shit, him. Oh, shit, her. And shout out for, even though there was that dumb, pining, slightly manic pixie dream girl, he didn't end up, like, fully getting with her in the end. So that, you know, actually kind of a salute to the movie for, like, not being completely stereotypical. Yeah, that's all popcorn.
The boyfriend was awesome.
No, I'm talking about the blonde that like loved him for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, he's the main guy. He's got a soul patch.
He's got a soul patch. Of course, I like him.
The soul patch was so distracting.
Right? I hated it.
Oh yeah. One last thing. Shout out to the soundtrack. Like when it first came on, I'm like, oh my god, here we go with this pop punk bullshit. But obviously it fit the movie. It was total snowboard bullshit. But like, why are we playing a bunch of Weezer, a bunch of Jack Johnson?
In the sun.
They even threw in a little Jimmy Eat World. Like, this was a lot of this was stuff I listened to hardcore in high school. Not the pop punk so much, but the rest of it. Yeah, shout out popcorn and beer. No, popcorn. It's popcorn.
I don't know if this is Thomas Lennon before Reno 911 or Thomas Lennon post or during 911, but it was, I mean, like, he's always been good at that role. Like, he can play that role forever. He's that role in We're the Millers. Like,
yeah, he's just good at that.
Honey. I'm gonna come home, get high. We're gonna, oh, hey, put your mom on. Like, he's that guy. Like, he is that character. Bringing back memories of the old Yahoo chat room cybering. As we have a little scene with some cybering. I have literally said, go to the bathroom in the cup pig pen to random people my entire life. Like, from this movie. Go to the bathroom in the cup pig pen.
I love, going back to the chat rooms, I love the throwaway line of Keckner. Was, you ever been on one of those lesbian chat rooms? And he's like, are they good? He's like, I don't know. And that was it.
There was a lot of those that just make you laugh, like, and giggle out loud. And yeah, the soundtrack to your teenage life, much like Josh said, this is like the dream movie of every American teenager, and it stems from Porky's, American Pie, The Girl Next Door. Like, this is the epitome, The Wedding Crashers, of a teenager's like dream. You take your girlfriend or your crew to go see this movie, and that's what you do, and you joke about it, and you quote the lines forever. You know, your entire life. This movie is funny. It is, like Josh said, what you wanted every house party you went to be like. I wanted to play the prank on somebody where we duct tape their hands to the steering wheel while they're passed out and wake them up as someone's pushing the car in circles. Spin it. Like, yeah, like the Swiss bombshell. Like, that was everything. Like, it's everything when you're a teenager that you want to see as a young, let's just say straight young male. This movie was made for all straight young males that bring a bunch of their people to the movie theater and watch it. Like I said, it was on my drunk classic list as well, Jordan. Josh, you're right. It's corny. There's not really much of a storyline. But from the opening scene of the get drunk and get down to the bottom and put your hand on Pop's ass, like, all of that stuff is stuff that you want to have, like, traditions like that when you're young and you're a teenager in high school. So we're going to give this one a pop 1 for that nostalgia factor. Not the same pop 1 as Anaconda. Anaconda is a level up pop 1, but this is definitely a watchable pop 1.
There's levels to this shit. Shout out to them constantly mentioning how they stole the land from the Eskimos.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love where they... He keeps... What is he... Jordan, it's your turn to review. I apologize. What does he keep calling him? Dumbass or something like that?
Hard R word.
Yeah.
Over and over again with a hard R. So, Jordan, you put this in front of us. Why?
Yeah, man. I just wanted a winter. Winter sans something not Christmas comedy. And this is just the first thing that just immediately stuck out to me. This movie made Alaska look so cool, right? Like, you thought that there was nothing going on in Alaska. Me watching this as a young kid, like, wait, people live there and they're having this much fun? It's like they're on it's just, there's something that feels lawless about it, like, it's just like, oh, these young adults that are just like partying and snowboarding all the time. This is just how they live all the time. But then the reality hits you that there are no women that live there. There's like 2 girls in the whole town, and they're like, yeah, things get nutty. You get a wild, stray disrespect.
Was that an accident? Did you say things get nutty on accident?
No. Wild disrespect to leg jigglers. Oh, I can't get with her. She's a leg jiggler. I'm a leg jiggler, and I took great offense to that. Funny, the what's the funniest? The turd in the cup, the leg punch of the handicap guy.
That was
I
good.
just have to check it.
It's instant. Yeah.
No, I'm really lazy.
Yeah, that guy was great. That character
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
hilarious. I love that guy. Yeah, I was like, oh, I either had two choices. I wanted to be a doctor or what is it, a blooper. It's like, well, guess I got the both, best of both. But my favorite line of this that always stuck with me, and it's a line that I would say and I'd forget where it came from all the time, was, "That's a $300 hat, bitch." He throws the hat. Like whenever
Um,
anybody ever took, smacked my hat off my head or something stupid, or
$300 hat,
it's a
bitch.
$300 hat, bitch. Just
Yeah, that was kind of
fraction.
unnatural, but funny.
I laughed at that for so long. Like for the rest of the movie, I was still laughing at. I was giggling at that line after it happened. Like I think Lee Majors was the funniest part of the whole movie.
Mhm.
The $6 million
Ah,
man.
I can see that.
what did he say to what's her face, Nadia? You're just like your mother.
Yeah, yeah. Who is Victoria Silvstedt, Playmate of the Year, by the way. She was in a lot of comedies during this era. Just that's how I know that, because that line is from Basketball. Maybe
And she's in Boat
possible.
Trip too.
Yeah. Future drunk classic when I'm
You know what would
really
make
the
this
royal
movie really
Mozart.
good? What really would have put this movie over is just putting a wrestler in there somewhere.
That's true, right? Yeah. That would have been a good one.
It would be the good era for that.
That would be
Bret
that
Hart
fit right
in
into Jordan's drunk classics. It's like right there with Bam Bam Bigelow and Major Payne.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then what's great, right? It ends with snowboard wipeouts. It's just like a
Hmm.
snowboard, like one of those old skate videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
An old Thrasher video.
yeah. I miss those.
Really sells this old, like, what is it? Was this came out in the 90s, right? Or early 2000s?
Mid
Kind
2000s,
of.
yeah, early mid.
2010.
No,
Yeah.
it was 2000s. I was in high school.
Yeah, it's oozed that era, right? It really sold you on this is what we're doing. So Out Cold is a popcorn as well, right? It's a popcorn, but it's good, it's funny, it's watchable.
Yeah.
Maybe not for everybody, you know? No.
No, it's not for hardly anybody.
No,
Yeah.
you're not gonna watch this movie with your mom.
Yeah, no.
You know, like
Or any girls really in general.
Yeah.
in high school you will. In high school you'll absolutely
In high
take
school,
girls
yeah,
to
yeah,
this.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like Acceptance. Remember the movie Acceptance?
I love
Yeah.
that movie.
That movie. That's
Yeah.
a future drunk classic too, by the way.
Yeah.
But that movie didn't have any business like bringing your woman to, but you did. You did.
Yeah.
Let's get to what we were watching. I'm gonna rattle off a couple really quick, and then Josh, we're gonna collaborate on one. I rewatched Poor Things, and I'm gonna tell you guys,
Oh,
it was better the second time around with Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone. Like it was funnier. It's almost like Jordan was saying about Anaconda. Like you catch little lines, little lyrics in there that you're like, wow, that's actually really funny, or that was a really creative choice. This
and now
like,
that
Go ahead.
the shock is gone,
Yeah.
you have a little more. Yeah.
yeah, you're paying a little bit closer attention to it. And the soundtrack, obviously amazing. The score, moving the film along, telling you how to feel. Like Yorgos did a fantastic job with that. Like,
Yorgos.
hey, this is the score, and this is how you should feel a little awkward. Like all that stuff, he did a fantastic job with. So I don't know if I gave it a pop 2, but I'm gonna give it a pop 3 this time around. It was a great movie. Really enjoyed it. Home Alone. As far as Christmas films are concerned, Home Alone Part 1, starring Macaulay Culkin, this is a pop 3 Christmas movie. It is a perfect Christmas movie. It is fantastic. It's funny. You could throw it on in the background. You know all the lines. You ready to give up? Or are you thirsty for more? I said that right when I started the movie. Like literally right
Yeah.
when I started the movie.
One
You're
and
what
two.
the French refer to as les incompetents.
Yeah. So many lines.
So as far as Christmas movies go, Home Alone, pop 3. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jordan.
I tandem 1 and 2 together.
Yeah, they're same.
You have to, and it's not just Christmas movie. Like literally, like I would put this in my top 5 just movies in general. 1 and 2 together. Got a battery pack them, but like
You put
I
him in a
love
top
them.
5 all time.
Yes. My
That's a tough
favorite,
one.
not best, not like good, like the best movie ever, but my favorite movies. Like
Of
yes,
all the movies.
yes.
All right.
Top 5.
Okay.
Home Alone 1 and 2.
He's gonna go full Dungeons and Dragons. Of all the movies in all the land.
Yes. Yes.
Dude
I mean,
loves,
I
he loves
gotta
Macaulay, man.
say, I kind of agree with Josh, but I like as somebody that watches as many movies as I do, I literally hate the question, "What's your favorite movie?" Like I hate it because I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
Like I don't know how I feel that day. Also, I could talk to you about 10,000 different movies that I enjoy, so I don't really know. I whenever
right.
they get asked that question, I'm like, I don't know. Like it's like you might throw on Star Wars, and all of a sudden that's my favorite movie again. You know, it just depends. Like for a
Yeah,
period of time, I loved The Last Samurai. Like I thought that was an amazing movie for a
it
very
still
long
is.
time.
It's
Never
so
seen it.
So
good. Oh, you gotta watch it, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Tom
you
good.
haven't seen
Cruise,
it?
The Last Samurai.
You
Yeah.
gotta see it, dude. He's not the last samurai. He's in
Oh,
the
Yeah.
movie
okay.
next to
Yeah.
the last samurai.
I'll put it on my
Yeah,
list.
Really,
it was
watch
my
it.
favorite movie for a while, and it would just
It's
throw
good.
people off when I'd say it because they're like, "What? I really like that movie right now. I don't know
It's
what to tell you."
beautiful, beautiful film.
All right, Tom Cruise. If it wasn't for Scientology, might be the best actor of all time. Anyway, that's a conversation for another time.
These are
Let's
top
talk about
actors.
Black Widow really quick.
Yeah.
This movie was
Oh,
just thrown in there. It was in production hell forever, kind of like Blade, starring Mahershala Ali. Like I don't know if we're ever gonna get that movie, but Black Widow was there too. People forget that Black Widow was in production hell for a very long time, and then when it was finally able to come out of production hell, COVID happened.
boom.
And it pushed it back even further. So again, I'm on my timeline Marvel Civil War, the only, or pardon me, Marvel path, and the only thing that throws this off from the timeline I'm in is the end credit scene. The end credit scene kind of takes away from it. I will say this: underrated action in this movie. The banter's okay. It's lazy. It's where Marvel's starting to get lazy with their banter. They're doing the same Taika
Get
Waititi type stuff
more
over and over
cute than
again.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
get going for it, and it's not quality writing necessarily. You're just going for the quips. You're going for the jokes nonstop. But the action, it's solid action. CGI is okay. It's right there. It's decent CGI. Editing effects are good, and you get ScarJo in her final Marvel role, so that's a lot of fun too. I'm going to give Black Widow a popcorn, but it does progress the story, and it leads us to outside of the Avengers and where we're getting into the Thunderbolt section and the Doomsday section of life. By the way, we're going to give this a popcorn, like I said earlier, but how about Doomsday? And apparently there's an X-Men Doomsday trailer floating around out there somewhere that I haven't seen yet.
Hell yeah, dude! Because there's also a confirmation of some of the X-Men in the Spider-Man movie coming up too. It's all X-Men's happening, baby.
Here it comes. Well, thank you,
What's up,
Deadpool
Sadie
Part
Stink?
3. Right? Thank you, Deadpool 3, for doing that for us. Deadpool 3
Yes.
weaving in. Anyway,
Yeah.
how are
Yes.
they going to do Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday? Anyway,
Yeah.
Josh, we collaborated on a movie on accident. We both watched The Holiday. So
Yeah.
I think this might be the first time I ever sat down and watched the movie all the way through. I had seen it in bits and pieces. This is Cameron Diaz's I'm adorable face, right? Like I'm just adorable America's sweetheart face.
Her whole
And
career.
Jude Law. Okay, calm down. Easy there, big boy. And then Jude Law, which I've never really gotten the fascination with Jude Law. However, he was fantastic in Black Rabbit, as we stated earlier.
Yeah.
But Jude Law's never been up there for me, especially as a love interest in a lot of movies. Like I don't know. It's maybe the blue eyes, but he's got that googly looking head.
He's got psycho face.
Punchable face.
Yeah.
Right up there with the punchable face, and then Jack Black kind of doing some weird stuff, and somehow Kate Winslet's attracted to Jack Black, which is like to each their own, but his character in this is kind of odd, right? In The Holiday, Josh. For
Yeah.
me, even as a holiday movie, I'm going to give it a popcorn and half beer. It was okay. It was fine. They go for a little bit of rom-com. They miss on the rom-com. They go for a little bit of evolving life and nostalgia. They miss on both of those. So I can't in good conscience, when you miss on every theme you're shooting for, when you miss on most of the tropes you're going for, there's even a narration bit in there. You're just trying to do too much with too little, and you've got so many great actors, and apparently you wasted your writing budget on all of the stars in this movie. Popcorn and half. Josh, what did you think of it?
There's a reason that it's a lasting classic. It's always on the TV. Everyone talks about The Holiday. I watched it last year. I talked about it, already reviewed it. Mr. Napkin Head can go to hell. But, like, that's not funny. You put a napkin on your face, get out of here. But, more seriously,
That
though,
was racially insensitive.
Oh, um, yeah. This is just like the super heartfelt, super cute movie, and it's like it's one of those. Who cares how bad it is because it's so cute. And my only comment is, why don't you do more like this, Hallmark? Like it's not that hard to make a movie like this. Just make everything sweet, add one more element. Like it's two love stories happening at the same time. That's what makes the movie this movie. Hallmark movies just need one extra element to be go from D to C
Three,
plus movie.
three love stories. The old man in Hollywood.
There you go. Okay. See? Just a little extra time on your script. It's all it really takes. Not that this was a good script, but it was enough to make it better than a Hallmark movie. A Hallmark movie is a D plus movie, and this is a C plus movie, right? So, let this be a lesson to you, Hallmark. Make more movies like this. Not that you need help, because single widowed moms everywhere are watching your movies no matter what. This is a popcorn for sure. It is so buttersweet, though, that, like, whatever. Watch it with
Why did they
grandma.
have to be widowed? I don't know. Oh man, husbands around the world, take us straight. I got to the theaters twice, and I saw The Housemaid, starring Sydney Sweeney, Amanda
Oh,
Seyfried,
yeah.
and just like a hunk of a man playing the role of Andrew, and they found like a perfect character to a perfect actor to play the role of Andrew, which is the perfect man according to most women. He's got money, he runs a business, he's fit, he's got the perfect smile, and it's Brandon Skelenar. I think that's how you say it. Sklenar,
Skeletor. Skeletor.
Sklenar. But I was like watching this, I was like, man, this could be the next like Jack Reacher guy. This could be the next like Henry Cavill guy. And he has a great voice too. Like on the movie, his voice is like great. I was like, okay, all right, this guy's a dreamboat. I get it. I get it. He's helped me look past the bad acting that I see on screen every time Sydney
Mm.
Sweeney's on there playing the exact same. What do you mean? Like, I
Huh?
can't just be hot on camera?
What?
And oh, this is
What?
crazy. I
Huh?
didn't do it. Okay, like I cannot stand it. Anyway, she's just not a good actress. In this movie, however, there is basically a little bit of enough with Jennifer Lopez, right? You get a little bit of that in there. You get a little bit of Shutter Island kind of
Oh.
vibes going
Ooh.
on. You get some
Okay.
like there's it's not as good as these movies, but they're seeing elements of pull this, pull this, pull this. There's lots of grooming that goes on and gaslighting. It's the ultimate gaslighting film. Like the gaslighting is unrivaled in this movie. It is very intense and it's very real and it's coming at you from all ends. Like each person except for one is gaslighting somebody in this
I
movie. Like
just,
everyone you meet. There's so much of the angst of having a beautiful housemaid in the house with a loving husband and an aging wife. Like there's a lot of that going on. And there's even a twist that we get in this film. And that's where really the acting takes off a little bit. You kind of see the twist coming a little bit. You can see pieces of it headed your way. You're like, oh, I could see something is about to go down. And you get the feeling like, okay, some of this has to be overblown, right? This can't all be who this character is. Because if it's who this character has no business in the child's life, let alone the family's life. It has a lot of corny relationship stuff, but are doing that to keep you on your toes. All right. So I mean to keep you off your toes. So stay on your toes. Stay 10 toes down, everybody, because they're gonna come back at you with a left hook. It's funny because it goes really quick from like Stepfordy to what is it? Fatal Attraction too. There's some of that mixed in.
Sounds like the
So
hands that rocks the cradle, right?
it's interesting, is what I'll say. I wasn't bored throughout the movie. They move the story along. Every time you think it's going to settle into its plot, it twists you a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and give The Housemaid for the little twists and the decent writing and the ancillary characters all having a little bit of roles in the gaslighting, we're going to give it a popcorn one, a full popcorn one, right up there with Anaconda.
Cool.
Jordan, what were you watching?
Yes. I watched the spectacle that is Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2.
Somebody had to.
Yeah, we got the marketing for this is just fantastic. Like they're just pouring everything they have into marketing this when I don't think they need to, but I will say it's appreciated because I was watching some sporting event prior to this, like I don't know what it was, and literally every commercial block they had, they took regular commercials and did them with like in the Stranger Things universe with Stranger Things actors like Doritos and the everything. Like it was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like this is really, really
Like the
cool
Super
marketing.
Bowl style commercials all centered around the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it was like everything was Stranger Things for like I don't know if it was I was watching a basketball game or a football game or something on TV, and it was great. But
And
anyway,
one of the sportscasters was Vecna.
yeah, no, I don't think they went that far. But to the show itself, okay. So on Christmas Day they dropped 4 more episodes, and it's
Isn't it the day
I
after
just feel
Christmas?
it was on Christmas Day, like 6 p.m. Yeah, like
Gotcha.
later in the evening. Yeah, because I came home from a little Christmas party and watched at least half. I got about halfway, and I was underwhelmed. Like the thing is they're trying to just blow you away and roll you over with spectacle,
Hmm.
right? With just effects and reveals and things like that. But the writing is so lazy. Like they're just you can kind of tell they're like all the characters and the actors, they're just kind of taking a victory lap. It seems like, and they're really throwing it in your face like this was successful and we're just having fun now and we don't care if this is very tongue in cheek, ham-fisted kind of stuff. Um it's lazy. It's being made fun of the hell out of on social media, on Twitter, it's getting memed, it's getting like people are just pointing out the fact like how they how else are we supposed to move the plot along without exposition, without somebody realizing something and then explaining it to everybody? Like, no, hold on, guys, I've got a plan. Blah 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 blah. Or like, oh,
Just
yeah,
like in the book.
yeah, there's just so many moments that are just like, aren't we in the middle of some dramatic, tense action scene and now we're just like caught in exposition hell for 10 minutes?
How many times do they use Dungeons and Dragons to explain a situation?
Quite a few. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I
and,
feel like
and
that was a good gimmick, and I understand that's kind of the gimmick of the whole show, but like, uh, why is it so on the nose all the time?
yeah. And they try to drop some heavy like astrophysics type stuff like explanations on you and I guess you're just supposed to accept that like okay like oh I understand this stuff but Steve Harrington you're a popular dumb guy you don't get it so just and then he like comes up with an analogy like it's like this microphone and then you put a slinky on it and it's like it's just come on, man. It's annoying. Honestly, it's annoying to watch, but it's so beloved. Like I love these characters. I love this universe that they've created, and it's sad to see it coming to an end. And I, I don't know what to expect in the coming final episode that is supposed to release on New Year's Eve. So was that Tuesday? New Year's Eve or New Year's
Isn't
Day?
it
I'm
like
not
an hour and
sure.
45 minutes too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's much longer. Hopefully they don't burn this too hard,
What
right?
do you think about the fan theory that at the very end they've been just playing Dungeons and Dragons the whole time?
That would make me angry.
Yeah.
That would make me really angry. Um, Stranger
But it
Things
could
Volume
happen.
2. Yeah, there's just so much to make fun of here. But the spectacle is great. I'm gonna give this a popcorn and one, like a high popcorn and one, popcorn
Okay.
and yeah, one and a
Cool.
half, like somewhere in there.
That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I got to a movie that I think all of us thought about watching, but none of us got to. And that was The Apprentice, starring Sebastian Stan
Uh,
and Jeremy Irons,
yeah.
about Donald Trump. And I
Oh,
think all of us floated back and forth. It was almost even a butter on top. Like we danced with it a little bit and never watched it. And it came across my feed and I was like, you know what? I got 2 hours. Let me see this movie. And
Yeah.
wow, I wasn't disappointed. Jeremy Irons in that method acting. I'm not going to say the questions I had to myself with him playing Mr. Cohn, Mr. Roy Cohn, but they definitely went through my head. I was like, okay, I know he's a method actor. Did he? Anyway, I'll leave that to your guys' imagination. But there is an intense interaction that starts off this film between Roy Cohn and Donald Trump. And Roy Cohn is the person that Donald Trump essentially learned from and subsequently stole from. Stole all of his information, stole essentially his life, stole
Style.
his style, everything from Donald Trump is unoriginal. And it just solidifies like, oh, this guy is nobody. He's a nobody. He copied his dad to start. He was a rent collector that inherited a lot of money and was able to invest that money. He scammed New York and blackmailed New York into giving him tax breaks so he could afford everything because he's fake rich. And it made him real rich. But even the rules, this is going to ring true to you. He's got 3 rules that he follows. And one of the rules is, and these are Roy Cohn's rules that he actually steals at the end and he gives himself credit for in The Art of the Deal. So this is how it starts out is rule 1, attack, attack, attack. Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything. Rule number 3, you claim victory and you never admit defeat every single time. And throughout the movie, hey, even if you're losing, you need to let people know how great you are. Hey, let people know all the time how great you are. Let people know you're winning. It puts it in their head that you're a winner. Always stand out as a winner. And when all else fails, have something on your competition. Have something that you can hold them accountable with. There is no such thing as morality. Morality is fake. Morality is a construct. And I'm like, this is literally how this individual lives their life. They have no morals. And there's even a scene where Roy Cohn and Donald Trump are talking in like the foyer, not the foyer, like the outside little area, like the what is it called, the breezeway of one of the hotels. And they're having a conversation, and he's just being a total jerk to Roy Cohn. And Roy Cohn goes, "I see you've lost that last shred of humanity you have remaining." And I'm just like, dang. They make a lot of jokes too about Air Force One and what he could get women to do on Air Force One if he was on Air Force One. There's pretty intense scenes with his ex-wife that are hard to watch and miserable. There is this stalker obsession that they try to do like cute, like, oh, look at how cute he is, look at how devoted he is to getting what he wants, look at how driven he is. And I'm just like, that's stalker behavior and it's creepy and I'm ashamed that it worked. Like that makes me ashamed of the world and the people that live in it that it worked, that he got what he wanted through all these tactics. And it goes like, is it a construct? It makes you think about it. But overall, Sebastian Stan plays the role phenomenally. The voice throws you off a little bit. I didn't mean to do the dance. The voice throws you off a little bit, and with Sebastian Stan, and it takes you out sometimes. So it's not perfect, and you can see
Yeah.
why he didn't win a lot of awards. But there's a ton of stuff that got, hey, we should make him a movie star. He's like 6'2" or 6'3", and he's got Robert Redford. There's also he looks kind of like Robert Redford. There's also though that identity crisis with him and how he has to be perfect and chase perfection, and how he has to be seen in a certain way, and how it's everybody else's fault that he's not. Like when he's having trouble with his weight because he's on diet pills. In the 90s, by the way, boys and girls, watch Requiem for a Dream, and you'll find out what diet pills were in the 90s, okay? Yeah, and he blames everybody else for all of his problems. And that kind of it walks you to where we are today. And it
Yeah.
ends with him writing, essentially, again, getting ready to write The Art of the Deal, the book The Art of the Deal, and how he was enabled every step of the way. And the writers and the director does a really good job of painted it for you without, Stranger Things explanations. It paints a picture for you like, look, he's being enabled. Look, he's being enabled. Look, he used blackmail, but he's being enabled. Look, he's being rewarded. And you see that a lot in human psyche. When somebody is consistently rewarded for bad behavior, why should they change? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and give this one a popcorn and 1, but a high popcorn and 1. Go ahead, Josh.
I just quick little comment about the 3 rules. Isn't it strange? Like you talk about, I'm ashamed that it worked. You know what I mean? If I had those 3 rules as my strategy for life or whatever, I wouldn't tell a soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you tell anyone that's your strategy? Because it's a pretty alarming strategy.
Right, and it's documented, like it's coming from him. Like, this is what I live by, and people know that, and they're just like, yeah,
and they're still friends with him.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Let me get to Merv really quick. It's the last holiday movie I will review. It's the new film on Amazon Prime starring Charlie Cox, Daredevil, and welcome back, Zooey Deschanel. And the first time I've seen her in quite some time. It is a sugary, syrupy, sweet love story with a dog and what happens in 2025 when you get a divorce or you have a breakup, but you have a dog. So we go into that a little bit. It gets a little too heavy than it should for a film like this in certain places. But, I mean, also, it kind of needed to be because it was too soft. It was like you're making a gingerbread house right now with this movie. So they had to throw in a little bit of, like, harsh color to darken the tones. And they did a decent job with it. Also, Josh, we've talked about this before on an episode that Jordan later came into. Why do I need a 90s carpool karaoke song in every single movie that comes out on Amazon Prime or Apple TV?
It happened again.
I don't need this. Stop doing this in movies. Be less lazy. Write dialogue. It's oh my God, it's so frustrating. Overall, the dog is beautiful, cute. Go ahead.
We said last time the first one to do it best or whatever, Step Brothers. I take it back. It was White Chicks.
Yeah, that's true. Making my way downtown. Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Merv, there were no dogs harmed in the making of this. Instead of that, you see lots of beautiful, cute dogs. You see dogs getting adopted. We're going to go ahead and give this movie a popcorn, but if you love dogs, like, watch this movie just for the dogs. The dogs are so much fun in this movie. Jordan, I have an issue with you and how you rated Dave Chappelle's Netflix special. It was awful. It was awful. If I wanted, he makes fun of Bill Maher and then goes and turns himself into the Black Bill Maher. Okay? Like, he is exactly Bill Maher. He's exactly what he hates, and that's literally fighting yourself. You're just as arrogant. You're just as obnoxious, just about different topics. Oh, I'm rich. I bought a whole town. I'm so funny. No, you're not funny. It's not even a joke. It's just, I bought white people. You're stupid. It's not a funny joke. It's not, and you, here's the thing. If you want to make it funny, hit on it once. Like, have a punchline. There was no punchlines, Jordan. There was no punchlines. There was a punchline at the very end that it took an hour to get to. It was him up on stage talking. Literally. I tracked it again.
It's for smart people.
Very little fun.
Thing to do.
It's for smart people.
3 minutes, very little funny. 56 minutes, one laugh. I laughed at the Topanga Canyon hawk joke, and I get it. He's such a beautiful lyricist as it pertains to comedy that he's gonna tell you a joke, but you gotta hang on because it's gonna. You know what? Anthony Jeselnik's funnier than him. There, I said it. He's funnier than him. He's funnier than Dave Chappelle.
At this point, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle's just not fun. Ricky Gervais, too. I haven't seen his new special yet, but I'm going to go ahead and assume a couple things. I'm rich. You're not. There is no God. Americans are idiots. Anyone want to argue with me on that?
No.
That's it.
So I gave Dave Chappelle not a popcorn and 2. I gave it less than a popcorn, if I could.
Hey.
Wow.
The
I gotta watch it.
unstoppable,
No, I gotta
unfunny Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
There are jokes. There's two jokes that takes an hour to get
There's
to.
2 jokes.
The Topanga Canyon joke, by the way, to get to it, he starts off 40 minutes ago. And then you get to the joke 40 minutes later. Like, the punchline's 40 minutes after the joke started.
But it's just like, the storytelling and it's just like, yeah, okay, as a stand-up special, but just like as just listening to a guy be funny as he pontificates, it's for smart people. I'm sorry.
Was he funny? Yeah, well,
He's
you
for
get him a
smart people.
couch because he's basically this generation's Oprah at this point. Josh, what was next for you?
I watched a classic, boys. A drunk classic? No. A classic killer? Not for us. The Sound of Music. It's my first time watching it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces throughout my life, as I'm sure most of us have, give or take, or at least we've heard a song. We've all heard at least a piece of a song from a show or something. Sound of Music, not that bad. I get it. Okay? And it's based on a true story that's anti-Nazi, which is cool.
Yeah.
Sound of Music. It's a famous musical. You know what? Disney movies are all more musical than this. I was surprised at how non-musical it was. There was a lot of just straight dialogue, and that was impressive. You know what I mean? Like, there's music, and there's songs that don't need to be there, but mostly it was just like a movie, and then there was music involved. So, actually, that was impressive to me. The songs all suck. But the movie takes place in Strasbourg.
Pretty famous. Like,
yeah,
pretty
they're
famous
all
songs.
very bad
Things
songs.
could be very famous and suck.
Yeah, just because they're famous doesn't mean numbers don't mean things. Fry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Are alive with the sound of.
Yeah, Baby Got Back is way better.
Wait, the movie takes place in Strasbourg, Austria, which is absolutely
Just him taking
gorgeous.
a shot, Josh. He's just taking a shot at me for the Anthony Jeselnik thing. Okay.
Gorgeous scenery. A little fun fact about this. I'm not sure if anyone knows it. If you are a huge fan of Sound of Music, you should know that this script sat in the trash can of the writer for a long time before someone found it and forced him to publish it. He hated it. The creator of The Sound of Music thought it was a garbage play. Just so you know. I give it a popcorn
crazy.
one.
Somebody from Hollywood that was writing musicals was pretentious.
Humble?
Sure, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, this is bad.
I can't put this historically great musical that has been reviewed and redone thousands of times out because I'm humble.
Let's mark the time. Fry loves musicals. What's the next movie that we're watching?
That is a fun fact, Josh. That is a fun fact, Josh. I'm sorry. Continue. It was a good fact.
No, that was it. It's popcorn. No, it's a popcorn one. It wasn't bad.
I watched a movie by Yorgos Lanthimos that I hadn't seen in ever, and I it was one of those movies on my list that I'll get to it. I watched The Lobster, starring Colin Farrell, Rachel Weisz,
I always wanted to watch
John
this.
C. Reilly.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's worth it. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna give it a popcorn and 2. The dialogue is fantastic. The score is really good. The story is very interesting, and you've got Olivia Colman's in it too. Like, you've got kind of a murderer's row of actors in this, and it's in a dystopian world that has disdain for single people. And obviously, like, you guys get how Yorgos is. Like, he's giving you commentary, and he's going to be very heavy-handed on how he views society. And you get that in this. The single people that run away from the matchmaking farms are called the strays, and you got to kill the strays. And if you can kill strays or hit strays with it's not kill them. Pardon me. You hit them with like tranquilizer darts, and they get turned into animals. So the name of the film comes from basically, if you're unsuccessful during your stay at this like matchmaking resort, you have to be turned into an animal. Okay. Oh. And Colin Farrell chooses the lobster. They ask him, hey, if you're unsuccessful in finding your mate, what would you want to be? I think it could have been a popcorn in 3, but alert, a dog dies. So for me, and it dies in a very brutal way that almost made me like mark it all the way down to a popcorn in 1. Like, it's pretty disgusting and sickening the way they kill this dog. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. John C. Reilly, like, there's a punishment because like you're supposed to be able to find a mate, and they have it down to a science. And there's a scene where John C. Reilly gets caught jerking it, and he has to put his hands in a toaster because that violates the rules of the situation. There's things that people do to like try to force relationships on people so they don't turn into animals. And there's the people that are just like, no, I'm fine with this. Like, I'm not gonna find love. I'm not gonna force love on myself. So this is who I am. There's also a little bit of a tale of cowardice woven throughout this, and that kind of makes it fairly interesting. Is you get that little tale of cowardice, and you're kind of like picking and pulling, like, is this real? Is this who this person is? It's a fun movie. It's
That's cool.
a
I'm gonna
good
check it out.
storyline. It's a good concept. It's interesting why I'm not going to spoil why he decides to go with the lobster, but it was funny and it made me think about it. I was like, what animal would I want to be? As I'm like if why would I? And he had a good reason to be a lobster. And it's funny though because somebody's like, oh, so you'd like to be a cockroach in the ocean that people eat when they find out.
I know.
Oh,
So
bro.
for me, we're giving a popcorn at 2. It could have been a popcorn at 3, but they do unfortunately kill a dog. Jordan, what were you watching?
The last thing, actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. I did watch Tom Segura's new stand-up special,
Yeah.
Teacher. It's called that came out on Christmas Day, and I saw that show live. Is why I was like, oh, I wasn't really going to mention it. I saw that show live a long, long time ago, and I mentioned it on the
Yeah.
show. It's funny, like it's popcorn in one
Okay.
special. Like, did I laugh more consistently at this than I did through Dave Chappelle's special to bring it back around? Yes. Like it's just it's fart jokes and it's crap your pants jokes. Him just trying to be outrageous, but it's funny.
Kind of
It's funny
tired.
throughout.
All
Worth
right.
the watch. Yeah. Anyways, the other thing I did watch, okay, is on Netflix. It's called Christmas Bloody Christmas because I can't help myself. Even during Christmas, I gotta watch horror movies. Okay. This is so if you've
It's
ever
who
heard,
I am.
yeah, if you've heard or not heard of Shudder, right? It was a streaming service, was that just exclusively makes like indie kind of low budget horror films. I've never really watched any of them, but sometimes the trailers I'd be like, that looks interesting. Well, Netflix purchased a lot of their old stuff, like Netflix has been doing a lot of AMC Plus shows
Yeah.
and all of this. Netflix is just buying up everything, right? All the main probably 4 companies are just buying up everything,
Yep.
consolidating. The streaming wars are consolidating as we speak. So this was a Shudder original that was on Netflix. It starts with funny fake ads, the
Love that.
like dystopian, yeah, right. That's always a good little flair. Dystopian Christmas ads, hyper capitalist kind of things. It takes place in, I believe, Placerville, California, is what they mention in on something, and you
In
get
there.
the worst. Yeah, you get the worst fake snow you've ever seen on a movie set. It's really bad. Just the way like you could tell like half of the scene it's snowing, like the way it's falling, and then there's no snow
They only
beyond
had
that.
one snow gun.
Yeah. The plot of this is there is basically it's like small soldiers, right? The military created these robots to fight wars, but then they won the war, so they had to repurpose them. So I made them into Santa Clauses, right? To sell like to put in your front yard or whatever, your mall or
Oh, that's
something.
dumb.
Josh hates
Yeah.
robot exploitation. It's his least favorite thing.
Yeah. So, military robot Santa
Weird, dude.
just starts killing people. Right? And Robot Santa is literally just a dude that tries to keep his face very still while they add sound effects like behind it.
Bad
And
robot ears.
yeah, it's the Terminator. It's the Terminator, but Santa Claus killing people, including children, which is like, come on. Again, you know what I'm going to say. Like, we don't need to see it. Don't need to
Yeah.
see it. Don't need to include it. Doesn't need to happen, right? You don't need to
You
just
gotta stop watching
brutalize
horror
small
movies
children.
then, man, because they're gonna kill the kid who
Well,
too.
yeah, but anyways, this was less than a popcorn. How many times do you have to kill the thing? Like
Mm.
she kills the thing in really cool ways, but it happens like 6 times. Like they couldn't settle on a final moment, and it's like do more, just like rampage of the killer. You don't need to sit and kill the damn thing for
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Save it for the end. So yeah, less than a popcorn. It was
It was too
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry that was a rough watch. Well, let's end this with Pluribus. I watched Pluribus the
Ooh.
whole season. It was a really fun show. It is a slow burn, and it asks you some serious questions like, which character am I? And that goes through my head pretty frequently here. But essentially, this is a story of an alien signal sent to Earth, and it's a recipe that turned people into like it's almost like bacteria that's good. Like it turns them into these aliens essentially, but they never call themselves aliens. That's the premise, okay? And it takes over the whole world except for I want to say it was, I can't remember the exact number, like 6 humans remain, and each human has their own reason why how they're handling this invasion is the way they're handling it. However, we have Rhea Seehorn, who you know from Better Call Saul, always
Yeah.
nominated, never winning. Everybody thinks she's going to win for Pluribus, as far as the Golden Globes are concerned, as far as the Emmys are concerned, because her character is very interesting and she has a lot of screen time by herself, acting through what's going on, trying to figure out who she is. And she goes through the full range of emotions, even through the finale. Like, we even get a switch up in her during the final 2 episodes where you think, oh, she's this is her plan, this is a ploy, and it ends up not being a ploy. It ends up being a switch up in her personality, which is very interesting.
Mm.
Her what she refers to as her not her chaperone. She refers to this person as her chaperone is played by Carolina Wydra, and it's Zoja. And it's basically every person that's not a real human being that has been taken over by this virus has hive mind essentially without all operating off the hive. Like they're able to be an individual, but they can always tap into through their bodies like electricity. They can hit like the wave, like radio waves, because the aliens are more advanced than us, and like talk to each other like on one channel. Like just think, and they're all communicating with one another around the world. And there's interesting things throughout this, like how they react to bad emotions, how they're not able to kill anything, even plants. So how do they eat? How do they cook? So that gets thrown in there. You get a John Cena cameo, which was kind of interesting. You have a lot of signs. Like you have to pay attention. I'm gonna have to rewatch the show now that I've gone through every episode on a weekly basis. I'm gonna have to binge it to see what I missed because there's a lot of little signs that you got to pick up on. And I'm not like Josh. Or other people in my life. Hold on, this is a compliment, you jerk. This is essentially that we'll watch all these YouTube specials and actually like really get into the nitty gritty to figure out what the hell's going on. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking myself because I want to know like what do I think? Like how am I taking this in? Whereas Josh is going to give you pretty hard facts about it. I'm going to give you like, hey, this is how it kind of made me feel. This is what I feel like they were going. This is my interpretation. It may not be exactly what they were going for, but it's what I got out of it. And then you start thinking, like I said earlier, which one am I? And there's a Frenchman played by Samba Shoot, and it's Mr. Diabate. And he is playing this thing like he is James Bond. So when we get introduced to Mr. Diabate, it is because he took Air Force One to the meetup. And she goes, Rhea Seehorn's character goes, who is that? And she goes, fancy, don't you think? And then her chaperone goes, it could have been yours, but somebody asked first. So he's just cruising around the world because these aliens, this organism has all the intelligence on Earth. So everyone's a pilot, everyone is a doctor, like everyone can do everything because they share intellect, they share knowledge. And he like has a scene where he's like James Bond and he's living on like a penthouse suite. And I'm like, that guy's kind of living it up, man. Like, I mean, yes, it sucks because everybody's like an alien. But if everybody's an alien, you really don't stand a chance to beat them because there's only 6 real humans on Earth. I might be him. He's got like outside of his hotel, he's got like Bentleys and Lambos and Corvettes like lined up outside because he just has them get him whatever he wants. He's eating the finest food. He's acting out movie scenes. It's very interesting. And then you have Rhea Seehorn, who lives in Albuquerque and is trying to figure out how to beat these organisms, and her life just seems really hard. Like, but you think, like, why? Anyway, popcorn in 3 for Pluribus for me.
Wow.
From me, it's
I'm
a
checking it
popcorn in 3. Yeah, very slow burn.
Yeah,
You got to pay attention, and you got to be into stuff like that.
I started it, and I totally love the tone so far. So
Good. I'm glad you like it so far. Jordan, what do we got for our butter on top this week?
Yeah, we've got a zombie flick starring Daisy Ridley and Brenton Thwaites. It's called We Bury the Dead. Okay.
Okay.
Why does it say 2024 on IMDb? I don't know. But it does say that. Anyways, we've also got Marty Supreme out there, right?
Okay.
Oscar
Oh, maybe.
awards buzz on that. Chalamet. So maybe a little bit of that. We'll see. So tune in.
That's what you're going to do your best. Well, this jerk that just talked took my drunk classic on accident. It wasn't what I was going to actually pick, but for my 2000s era, Josh, I had lined up a crude comedy because I really believe the 2000 to 2010 decade ended the crude raunchy comedy. I don't think we've really had a good crude raunchy comedy since then. So because he took Out Cold, I'm going to go with 2006's Children of Men, starring Clive Owen. Children of Men.
That's a classic right there, bud.
I tried to watch that movie like a couple times and I couldn't get through it.
Dude, watch it all the way through. It's got one of the best oneer shots at the end. It's so good. Man, it's good.
You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Anyway, we've got a couple movies in theaters. We've got the drunk classic at home. We hope to see you there. You get the popcorn, and we got the beer or the holiday cheer. See you next week.